Do you get nostalgic when you see old commercials on TV? So do we. It's cool to take a look at some of the logos that have changed over the years. Here are 10 of the most famous logos and how they looked then and now. Before we go on, did you know that when you leave a like on this page, the thumbs up button turns blue? Of course you know this. You're smart. Well, did you hear that only smart people leave likes on this page? Even that owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials. And while you're down there, for more awesome videos like this, subscribe to the channel so you never miss an upload. 10. Burger King. Burger King is one of the biggest fast food chains in the world. They have been around since the 1950s and have changed their menu over the years. Their world-famous Whopper is so popular that they don't even need to advertise it anymore. Most people would recognize the Burger King logo. It's the big red letters Burger King sitting right between light-colored buns with a blue circle wrapped around it. Nothing about it really screams burger or king, but somehow it works. Back when the restaurant first opened, its logo looked a lot different. The original logo featured a creepy-looking guy wearing a crown and holding a soda that was twice his size. Did anyone ever notice that? The soda cup the guy was holding was bigger than his body? Who drinks that much soda? The guy, who we guess was supposed to look like a king, sat atop a very unappetizing-looking burger. It had no cheese or pickles oozing out of it. It was just a boring beef patty sitting between a couple of dry buns. Looking at it now, we're not surprised they changed their logo back in 1999. Not only was the king creepy-looking, the sandwich looked like it tasted like cardboard. 9. Shell Oil. The Shell Company first opened in 1907. Although it's not the first company we think of when we think of oil, it's definitely a company we've all heard of. When the company first opened its doors, or oil wells, it used a very simple logo. The logo was a shell, outlined in black, just a regular old shell that you would find on the beach somewhere. The logo was around for almost 70 years when, in 1971, the company decided to go to the bright yellow shell we know today. The cool thing is that the logo doesn't have any words. Nowhere does it say shell. The picture speaks for itself. We're not sure why they decided to change their logo. Maybe they didn't want their company associated with beaches, marine life, and seashells? Could it have been something to do with the fact that oil companies have done some not cool things to our beaches? Not sure, but the new logo does sure look better than the original. 8. Playboy. One of the most recognizable logos for any magazine is the Playboy bunny. We know those bunny ears anywhere. The logo for Playboy is a simple, clean picture of a rabbit head wearing a bow tie. The bunny is white on a dark black background. For years, women who were built or were just sexy as hell were said to resemble a Playboy bunny. We don't hear the term too much these days. Perhaps it's because people don't really consider nude models as role models these days. Or maybe it's because there's just so much porn online these days that magazines no longer advertise it. But one thing's for sure, the new logo looks nothing like the old one. Originally, the Playboy logo was a full-sized rabbit wearing Hugh Hefner's signature robe. He's holding a cocktail of some sort and is perched above a director's chair. The logo was still black and white, it was just more of a cartoon than anything else. One fun fact, the magazine actually hides the bunny somewhere in the cover of every issue. It's hidden in the artwork or photograph of every single cover shot. Next time your magazine comes in the mail, that is, if you buy any still, take a look. We're telling the truth. 7. Starbucks. Like so many other super successful companies, the new Starbucks logo doesn't even have the company's name on it. The original logo was a black and white emblem with the mermaid in the middle. The name of the company was in the logo along with the words coffee, tea, and spices. When the company changed its logo in 2011, they removed all the words and replaced the black and white logo with the bright green color we have today. Most people don't know where the Starbucks logo of the mermaid came from. Apparently, the inspiration for the company and its name came from a nautical character from long ago. When the original logo was created, artists actually dug through marine archives until they found a 16th century Nordic woodcut featuring a siren. This image stuck, and the company has stuck with it ever since. 6. Disney. One of the coolest logos is that of Disney. A lot of people don't know that the Disney logo comes from the way Walt Disney signed his name. Originally, the logo was his entire name, Walt Disney. In 1986, the company removed his first name from the log and left it simply as Disney. This logo is on every Disney movie, stuffed animal, book, and merchandise. The other cool thing is, when people see the words Walt Disney, they think of the theme parks, which use the character's signature as their logo as well. Walt Disney is said to have one of the most famous signatures of all time. A lot of knockoff products use a similar logo, but some of the letters are a bit off. Take a look next time and see if you can spot a fake. 5. Nintendo. If you ever saw the original logo for Nintendo, you would have no idea what you were looking at. It was a simple white and red background with Chinese characters, presumably spelling out the word Nintendo. When the company became popular all over the world, the company changed its logo to be a bit more universal. The new logo is made up of light gray block letters contained within a light gray circle. Not only is the logo known by people who play Nintendo games, most people think of the Super Mario Bros. Games when they see the logo. Super Mario Bros. Is still the most popular game played on Nintendo. And still is today. 4. Pepsi. The most popular soda in the world is Coke, but Pepsi runs a close second. For years, TV commercials used to feature the Pepsi taste test, showing that people actually preferred Pepsi to Coke. The two have been in competition for years. It's no surprise then that both of their logos started out as simple, almost illegible script. The Pepsi logo was first made up of red cursive writing that spelled out the words Pepsi-Cola. It almost looked identical to the original Coca-Cola logo. This was not an accident. What a lot of people don't know is that Pepsi was originally called Brad's Drink. The drink was first made by Caleb Bradham in North Carolina. He used to make the drink at his drugstore, so he called it Brad's Drink. When he realized that the soda was used to cure stomach aches, the soda got its new name, Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi came from the word dyspepsia, which means stomach ache. Cola came from the cola nuts that were used in the original recipe. Once the names changed, the original logo was formed. 3. Lego. The original Lego logo was one of the most boring logos we had ever seen. It was just the word Lego in dark gray letters. There was absolutely nothing about the logo that screamed toy or fun. Originally, the logo was used on shipping labels, but not on actual toys. Most of Lego's original toys were wooden, so in 1934, the company started stamping its logo on the toys. The name Lego came from the Danish words leg godt, which means play well. In 1951, the owner's son wanted people to recognize the logo and associate it with the famous Lego bricks, so he changed the logo to resemble brick-type letters instead. In 1973, the company decided to go with a more interesting logo and came up with the colorful red and white logo we know today. This was the first year they started marketing their toys in the US, and they wanted a logo that would be recognized worldwide. In fact, the new logo is so recognizable that in 2015, it replaced Ferrari as the most recognizable logo in the world. 2. McDonald's. The most iconic logo of all time has to be McDonald's. When the McDonald brothers first opened their doors in 1952, they were trying to think of a design for their buildings. They hired an architect to design their logo for them. When they kept criticizing the ideas the architect came up with, he told them to come up with it on their own and bring him what they came up with. The brothers originally came up with 2 half arches. This idea turned into the 2 golden arches that first made up the design of the company's restaurants. The golden arches then became the company's first logo. The logo was so popular that people actually referred to the restaurant as the Golden Arches as opposed to McDonald's. The logo has become one of the most recognizable symbols in American culture and is known worldwide. One interesting fact is that the city Sedona, Arizona told the company that their bright yellow logo was too bright against the red rock background. To accommodate them, McDonald's made their stores in Sedona with a turquoise arch instead. I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works. 1. Apple. The logo that has changed more than any other logo has to be for Apple. The original logo was an actual sketch of a guy lounging against an apple tree in the forest. It was black and white and not very distinctive. Nothing about the logo made you think of computers or even technology. It almost looked more like what you'd expect to see on the cover of a children's book 100 years ago. Within 1 year, Steve Jobs said that he hated the logo and tasked designer Rob Janoff with the assignment of coming up with a new one, and Janoff did not disappoint. He came up with what would become the new logo for many years to come. The new logo was the multicolored apple and resembled what Jobs said, to bite into an apple. This logo was around for decades before the company came up with the current logo, which is a very light gray apple with simple and clean shading. It represents what the company stands for: simplicity and convenience. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, well, it's your lucky day. For every single person that likes this video, we'll deliver a dump truck of Tootsie Pops to your house. Yes, even the chocolate ones that nobody likes. Hey, wait a minute, I like those. Anyway, thanks for watching and have an excellent day.